How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Sistas United. Yes, we have our ladies on. We have Miss Rita. Go ahead, Rita, and talk to them. Tell them what's going on with
Queenie, we can't hear you.
you. You can't hear me?
We could
Okay,
barely hear
go
you. It's
ahead
very
then.
low.
Start the
You
show.
sound real distant
Let
back.
me get my earphones. Go ahead. Hello.
All right, how about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All it takes is a pair of headphones. All right, y'all. We are live. This is Sisters United, and guess what? We are excited about today's show because you see our host on here. Rita, did you already say hello to the people?
Hi, people. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Uh, uh, Today is the reason I haven't let Tammy say anything because today is going to be a show centered around her, her book, and all the awesome things that she has going on. Because let me tell y'all something. Her business group, I always see her on there talking about something. She got somebody's shirt on. She is talking about somebody's business. You understand? And I'm not talking about being messy. I'm talking about somebody's business. Come on. And so we're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let Tammy go ahead and introduce herself because the latter part of the show, we're gonna get into her book and the exciting things that she's doing. Okay, go ahead, Tammy, and sign on in for us.
Okay, well, my name is Tammy Lilly, as you know, and just want to say, hey to everybody out there. I'm super excited as always, every single week. Having a few technical difficulties today, but we're gonna push right on through.
That's right. Listen, nothing can stop us because this is what we do. We'll wait a little while before we dive into the topic. Rita, what you been up to? I'm waiting on Keisha to go ahead and chime in. We'll wait a little while long before we get into the topic. Rita, what's going on, girl?
Nothing much. Same old. Um, just working on my empire.
On your empire. That's right, boo.
So,
That's right, boo.
building. That's the plan. Learning.
Build, learn.
Knowledge.
Rita, I do another show called 5926 Central. That's where all my sisters are on there, and we are talking about different topics. This last topic was loving yourself. Okay, loving
Mhm.
yourself. So, talk to me, Rita. What? How important is it to love yourself? How important is it?
I think it's very important to love yourself. One thing I have come to realize, because at some point, I think everybody struggles with some type of insecurity. However, I think it's very important to, as you grow, you learn to love who you are, to accept who you are, every part of who you are, even your flaws or whatever you may consider as flaws. But because even the Bible tells us, love thy neighbor as thyself. And one day I was just literally digging into that scripture, and it's like, how can you love your neighbor if you never truly love yourself, or you know how to love yourself? Therefore, a lot of people don't know how to love others because they don't know how to love themselves. So I think it's very important that we learn to love who we are, who God created us to be. A
Yeah.
lot of times we try to run from who God created us to be, but at the end of the day, it's who you are. You an original. I always tell people, don't be a duplicate when you was created to be an original.
Come on
So
now.
we have to learn to love who we are. There are some things we might cannot accept, but guess what? We didn't create ourselves. So I mean, You just got to learn to love who you are. And then
And
you embrace it and then build around who you are. That's how I
that
feel about it.
that is definitely the truth because uh, I was just talking to my son on yesterday about this topic as well because a lot of times a lot of if you don't know who you are and then embrace who you are, then how can we say we can express the true meaning of love if we can't even it's like a process. I gotta first ask God, who am I? Right? Then I gotta say, okay, then I gotta embrace who he says that I am. And I think between God showing us who we are and embracing, you get what I'm saying? It's a lot of it's a lot of work that has to happen. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Because some people say, "Well, I love myself. I do this. I did." I'm not talking about that. I'm with you, Rita, on being authentic. Uh, it's so easy to be a duplicate. It's so easy to grab different things from different people and create an existence. But
Right.
to actually it's like a step out on faith and a step out into an unknown when you decide I'm going to be everything that I am.
Right.
Because watch this, then God can begin to work. And then
Mm.
as he begin to show you yourself, you begin to love what you see. But
Right.
but but during this process, you have to understand that everybody is not gonna like
Right.
that person, and you have to be okay with that. You have to
That's
be
true.
okay with that.
That
So
is
in that's why I love when you said that word authentic, not a duplicate. Because when we deal with coming into church or coming into even in the music business, you have a lot of people who like I say, they pick from this person, pick from that. They did it like this, I'm gonna do it like they did it, and they realize that I can't, I don't go any higher, or you feel like your growth is stunted because you can't get further than that. But uh it takes you saying, and it's a fear factor in it too, that faith has to crush, your faith has to crush fear in order for you to really really embrace who you are, really really and love who you are. Because people could come along and say, oh, that's not, oh, what you doing, oh, and before you know it, you in a people pleasing thing, and you shy away from being who you really were meant to be. I like
right.
that. That was good. That was good. Um, so in loving yourself, uh, what did you find out about you when you began a journey of? Because I began a journey of it, like, and this sounds crazy, but I began a journey of it about 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that I embrace all of me. you know,
Right.
uh, my kids graduated, everybody was out of school, and I said, okay, I'm gonna be Janice. I'm gonna be who I am. On your journey when you began to do it, what did you experience? What were the challenges?
I think all in all is still a process. However, when I learned to love who I am, I had to learn who I was in God.
Uh
I
oh.
think first being able to understand who you truly are, you have to accept the fact of who you are, what you look like, and the whole 9 yards to go along with that. Because it's so easy to say, "Oh, I look like this. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not good enough. I'm not." You begin to try to cover up or to run from who you truly are, and I think that it becomes, I don't know how to which word to actually use for it. You become like trying to seek after what everybody else is and try to fit
Yeah.
in the crowd into. And me personally, I never been a person that fit in the crowd. Even when I was younger, I was always different from everybody, and I had to learn. For one, the way I was raised, I was different from everybody, and I never did fit in the crowd. So I didn't like myself because I didn't look like everybody. But then
Huh.
I learned to love who I was, and as I got older into becoming a young lady, I learned God being able to show me who I am in Him. And that's why I came with the thing of I am enough, because in spite of what society tells you you're supposed to be, you got the Barbie stick people that look beautiful, like everything in their life is perfect, and you begin to feel like I'm not enough, I'm too this, I'm too that, or whatever. And God begin to show you, say, through Christ you are enough. If you understand who you are, He said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so once we realize who created us, and we begin to love on who we are authentically, we'll be able to accept who we are. But like I said, it's all a process in knowing, overcoming insecurities, overcoming obstacles of things that you have done, or things that you have done in the midst of not accepting who you are. And I think it's just all a process to understanding that once you understand, accept the fact that you are enough, then
Yes.
to be able to accept who you are, because you're no longer being in competition. Because a lot of times we be trying to compete against other people, what they have or what they're doing, and it's not about that. Like I put on one of my posts the other day, I say it's you versus you, trying to become a better person than you were before. It's not competing with the next person. So I mean, like I said, it is a process in learning and loving who you are, because it's so much quote unquote competition out there. And if you're not focused, you'll begin finding yourself trying to compete with other people, and you'll never win like that, because
That's
it's
right.
it's not their journey. Everybody's journey is different. And so me personally, I try to focus on my journey, the journey that God has put before me, overcoming my obstacles, utilizing everything that God has put inside of me. That's a
Yeah.
fight in itself. So I
Huh.
don't need to be fighting against nobody else, understanding and having the confidence into loving who God created me to be, and everything that He has put inside of me. That's enough in itself, trying to walk in and let's don't try to compete against somebody else. So so in
Exactly.
that process, I just try to learn. Like I said, it's a process. It's the everyday process, to be honest. And I don't know nobody, that even people that's very well accomplished, still have to fight fear, still have to fight unbelief, still have to fight overcoming to pursuing whatever it is that God has have them to pursue in life. So
That's
I
right.
hear some of the most accomplished people saying, "Yeah, I still fight with fear," and you're like, "Really?"
Yeah.
So, like I
Yeah.
said, that's the fight within itself, and knowing the
Yeah.
journey. Like I said, the journey has been, like I said, it's an everyday journey.
Yeah.
So,
And like you said, the you'll be amazed at the insecurities that some mega superstars have. You
right,
know, it's crazy. Just in watching different talk shows and the different issues that a lot of stars are facing, battling with, some dealing with uh, looking the part, so much plastic surgery, it's so much
right,
going on behind the scenes. And that's why we have to, you can maybe admire somebody's um, character, but never veer from who you are to become that. You get what I'm saying? You may
right,
pick up stuff along the way, you know, kind of like people say, well, I don't like makeup and I don't like wigs and I don't like all this kind of stuff. I'm just a thing. But whether you wear all that or not, it's about being you. That is just adornment. That is just added to the
right.
beauty. Come on, that's not the beauty.
Enhancing it.
Come on. And people say, well, you wear makeup, you wear this. I say, baby, because I like to get up and adorn. You get what I'm saying? I like to get up and however I feel, the way I start my day off is how I'm motivated. Even if I get up and I'm bald headed as a chicken, honey, I'm still gonna put some lipstick on. I'm still gonna put some, however I
Right.
feel. I feel like crazy
Some
glasses today. I
bedazzle.
say,
Come on.
come on, I'm a, whatever I feel, I'm gonna do it. But that's me. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? And I think that is very important. Keisha, what's up, girl?
Hey
What's
there.
going on,
Hey, good
sister?
morning, Keisha.
I'm enjoying.
Yes, we're talking about being authentic, loving yourself. You
Yes.
know the latter part of the show we're going to get into Tammy Lily's book, taxes, how to get the biggest refund you can get. I believe she's going to tell me cuz I need to know. And we're going to do that the latter part of the show. So
Mhm.
talk to us about self-love. How do you feel about it?
Well, I think that that's what's wrong with a lot of people today anyway. They try to give to other people what they don't have for themselves.
Wow.
True love starts inside of you. And I just believe that. And I mean, you have to love the best you that you could be, whatever that is. And just like Rita was saying, you can't look at somebody else to determine, you know, um, what your status should be, or if you are, enough compared to somebody else. You don't know what they went through, and then you don't even know if what you see on display is really authentic.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, you just don't know. So, um, I just believe that God made us all, and we all have something to give. And what
Yeah.
Yeah.
God gave Rita to show and display is not what He gave you. Is not what He gave, me. So, it's not what He gave Tammy. So you just have to, like relish in what you were given. I believe that.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yes.
So, and that right there, to me, you can't determine your work by what somebody else has going on, and too many people do that. They decide if they have it going on or not, or looking at somebody else and what they have. You can't, you really can't do that, because that's not, that part is not for you. So you
Right.
have to look at you, and you have to just be thankful and just know that whatever it is you're going through, or whatever it is that you have going or have had going, that you are enough. You are enough. And I think that that is so important. And when you get those "you are enough" shirts working, I'm gonna need one, ma'am.
They are actually already working.
Okay, well, I need that,
Okay.
because, and I said, you said, but I've always said it. You are enough, and you have to tell yourself. Some people, and I'm a believer in, if it's a positive thing or whatever, because whatever you hear often, or whatever that's reinforcing you, is what you start to believe.
Right.
So if you gotta fake that, if you gotta fake it till you make it, like they say, go ahead and do it. You get in the mirror every day or whatever. I am a true believer in that mirror, baby. That mirror will get you together.
Yes, it will.
It's just
Yeah.
you in the bathroom. Close that door. you
Hmm.
know, don't nobody know what you're doing in there. And you tell yourself that you are enough, even if you don't feel like you are.
Right. I think it's
And you go ahead.
I think it starts with conditioning your mind.
That's
Because
right. Or
you have to
reconditioning
condition
your
your
mind.
mind. You have to speak affirmations to yourself, even when
Yes,
nobody else does. You have to know. In spite of, you have to one thing I've learned is the fact that you have to learn how to validate yourself.
That's right.
Validation doesn't have to come from other people, because
that's
if
right.
you actually depend on validation to come from other people, you'll
Well, like
probably be in the
when that Paul
waiting.
that said, encourage yourself.
Encourage yourself.
You have to encourage
Because
yourself,
sometimes you
because
have
if
to
you
encourage yourself.
that's right, because if you waiting on other people, like I tell my daughter a lot of the time, I always tell her the truth of the matter is there are very many, many, many people, most people, I would almost say, that they're not happy with themselves. They're miserable, or
Hmm.
whatever, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
And people have a tendency to want you to feel like them. If I'm in a good mood and I'm upbeat, I want you to feel like me, because I want you to celebrate in what I have going on.
Yeah.
So if you surround yourself by people that are miserable,
Yeah.
then before long you're going, oh well,
figure out something that you wasn't even worried about really that's gonna
Yeah,
bring you to the level of that person and you can't do it.
that's
Right.
true. That's true. And like I say, go all the way back to that word authentic. That
Mm-hmm.
word authentic, man. And it's we used to be in a time where um being a duplicate was the thing, and I'm glad we've come to a point in this world where people are starting to embrace who they are. And I want to go as far as to say, even in church, church used to be everybody was a duplicate of everybody. If you were a first lady, all the first ladies looked alike, dressed alike, hair was alike. They used to carry themselves a certain way and all this. And then the preachers, you had to be, everybody was in a suit. If you wasn't in a suit, you didn't represent right. What kind of, it was crazy. And I'm just going from the church aspect of it. And then we got into a place, and a lot of people don't like to say this, but Kirk Franklin really broke that ceiling on that, because
Mm-hmm.
when he came out and he was not a duplicate of anybody, and he had the hardest challenge with church people to embrace who he really is. And I think that he kind of paved the way for people, even like I say, even in church, to break out of the norm of what people tradition has set for people to look like as a Christian. You get what I'm saying? Walk like and talk like. You gotta be able to hum when you preach. You gotta be able to, it's so much stuff that have nothing to do with loving you or loving God. None of it has anything to do with anything. And so a lot of people like to label it radical and all that, but really it's the real way to serve God. You know what I'm saying? So it in loving yourself and embracing who you are, you got to even make sure that the people you connect with, the groups you join, will not mess with your journey of continuing to be authentic. You get what I'm saying? Even in school, I even found that kids, when they join groups when they're in school, they change themselves. They want to look like, certain people in the group that they're affiliated with. It's so much that's challenging your authenticity that you must make sure you fight to keep your identity. You fight to keep your peculiarness, your own personal identity. It's a fight, but we're embracing it more, I think, in these days and times.
And you know what? That's one thing that I love about my kid. You know, my daughter, she is just her. You know, she's very quiet. She's been a cheerleader since she was 3. She started off as the little cheerleader mascot at Jones High School. And then she cheered in elementary school, she cheered in middle school, she cheered in high school, and she is just really not this. Now when she's cheering, but the
Right.
other cheerleaders could be over there doing whatever and whatever, and if they over there decide to be amongst each other twerking or whatever it is, she'll look at them and turn right on back around and go to doing whatever she was doing.
Huh.
She never felt, to me, she never felt like, or she never acted. You don't really know what a person feels unless they say it. But what she displayed is that, okay, they doing what they do or whatever. It's not what I do, and it's okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I just, that's one thing that I've always commended her on,
Yeah.
whatever, not feeling like
And
she
and
has to be.
and your daughter sounds like she has that braveness, because it's a braveness that comes with being your own person. It's some
Yes, it
braveness
is.
that comes with that, some confidence, that comes with that. And I think that that starts at home. You see what I'm saying? It starts at home. I was not one to join sororities or anything like that. And I have no problem with sororities, but it wasn't for me because I was always like, I don't want anybody to take my individuality. I don't want to become a duplicate of nothing, you know. But I didn't know that what it was. That's what it was until I got grown. I just knew I didn't want to group up. I didn't want to, group up like that. Don't get me wrong. I was drawing for all of them. Was friends with everybody, but it's just that I did not want to be I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to separate myself because we had some groups that only light skinned girls, let's just be real, only light skinned girls could be a part of. Then dark skinned girls started an organization. Then you got light skinned guys over here in this one. Then you got dark skinned guys over here. And then you got, I was like, what is happening? We don't see what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I had uh, a lot of different reasons why I just didn't want to get into a mold or join up in stuff that would make me separate myself or make me feel like I was better than somebody else that wasn't a part of it, you know. So it's a braveness that comes with that. So, and I'm excited about your daughter. I'm just saying, I've been seeing her artwork all over Facebook, so I'm excited about her paintings and what God is really doing in her life.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That kid loves to paint and draw, and you know, I
Well, we're
just
gonna
try to keep motivating and encouraging her that
yeah.
stop looking at other people's stuff or whatever, and
Yep.
trying to determine that yours not good, and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm like, girl, please.
Tell her I said, tell her that I wouldn't even go to no, don't tell her that. Tell her this. I try not to look at anybody's work till I finish a piece that I'm doing. I try not to look at nothing. And then I look at my artwork, and because I'm my biggest critic. That's one thing I want to give you, Mom.
Exactly.
I want to tell you, Mom, that the artist is always the biggest critic of their work. And Rita, you know what I'm talking about. Rita know what I'm talking about. Because we'll look at something and say, oh my God, this is trash. Or, or oh my God, this is not that good. Somebody else will look at something we did and be like, oh, I gotta have that.
Right.
And you'll
Right.
be sitting there like, okay.
Really?
So she's on the right path. I like the way that you are managing that, because I tell people don't make your kids into anything. Just manage. Just
Right. What they
manage.
become.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah. Just kind of like ushering them, like scoot them over this way, scoot them over that way. But
Right.
they on target. You just got to make sure they don't fall into the ditch, or they gonna, but we're our toughest critic. She's gonna be like that, even when she's selling them $15,000 paintings.
Come on
When
now.
she get older, she gonna still be her toughest critic. She
Right.
Okay.
is, but that's just a part of it. You know
It's
what I'm
true.
saying?
It's true that artists, creative people, I'm always second guessing myself. Somebody told me, why you always second guessing yourself? Because you see it, you don't see it you always think it's not enough. You always think, really, it's not, because you think, I never realized that everybody couldn't do what you do. Sometimes you
Yeah.
just
Right.
think that everybody can do it until you realize, oh, it's a talent. Oh,
Exactly. And you
it's
know
Right.
what?
because you think like
That right.
I'm like, I thought I be thinking everybody can see what I see, but it's like, actually no, and it kind of would actually put me in awe sometimes. I'm like, really? And that's when you realize, oh, I'm distinguished from everybody. But I think, yeah, so it's true. You always second guess your work. You always second guessing yourself, and other people look at it and be like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
That
And
is
you like,
so
really?
amazing.
Because you just think actually that's who you are, and you don't even. And I think my struggle was because you just think that's just who you are. You don't really think nothing of it. It's not that you don't value it. It's just the fact that, oh, that's just who
It
I
just
am.
comes so
It
naturally, and
just
this is what
it's
I
just
do.
right. It's a natural
Exactly.
ability.
Right.
So you don't never think, oh, somebody would actually pay for this, but you
Right.
just think,
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this just to encourage your daughter. Hopefully you let her watch this portion. Um, I love to do lettering, right? And so as I got older, I kind of put it down because I was like, okay, I'm getting older. That's child's play. That's kiddie stuff, So, you start this inward banter,
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
conversation that nobody's in but you.
You
And
yourself
so,
and you.
right. And so I was like, I'm not doing anymore. So my kids would always come over to my mama. You need to put your artwork on this. I need you to draw my name on this. And now my son draws lettering. My other daughter is drawing faces, and they all do it. And I'm sitting there like, oh. And then God told me, He said, your gift will make room for you.
Your gift
So
will
I
make room for
so
you.
watch this. I start preaching the gospel, right? I'm just going. And I can preach in my sleep. Yes, I can, right? And then I woke up one day, the Lord was troubling my spirit. I say, well, Lord, I'm preaching, the church is going, the ministry is growing. And then the Lord say, your gift will make room for you. So
Yeah.
I forget what else I was doing. I started something else. And I say, I'm gonna start and then I woke up again. I was disturbed, I couldn't sleep. The Lord said, your gift will make room for
Room
you.
for you.
Right?
Come on.
So my sister called me and said, you need to start, I think it's Etsy store. She said,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and you need to draw your stuff and you need to post it on Etsy and because your stuff will sell. Now I'm listening to her and I'm like, girl, please. I just doodle. I started to minimize my gift and call it doodling, right? She was like, girl. So I started pulling out all my artwork, charcoal drawings, paintings, all kinds of stuff. And then the Lord said again, He said, there it is, your gift will make room for you. So I say, let me put this on a shirt. That's where the jive turkey came from. Let me put this on a shirt. Then this person came, I had uh, hand drew another piece of art. That's Penny. Penny, calm down, Penny. Anyway, so I did another piece of art, right? And um, this guy saw me post it, and he said, I want it. I said, what? I was just doodling. Hey, how you doing? And he said, I want it. I said, okay. Well, we're gonna make sure you get that. Okay. And so I said, okay, you can get it. He said, okay, now what else you got? And he just started buying up my drawings. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. What's up? But my point is your gift, your true gift, your call. Sometimes we think our call is something that has really, really nothing to do with what God is telling us to do. Okay.
Mhm.
We think it got to be something that our inner circle or folk that's close to us love. But your daughter, and this Rita know this too, but I'm gonna speak this to Rita too, because we got to get into the second half of the show. We have a whole nother audience out there. Folk we have never met and probably will never meet, that's waiting on our artwork, that's waiting on our gift, that's waiting on our talent, that's waiting on our shirts and our crafts, that's waiting on Keisha's mask. You understand? That's waiting on her as Keisha evolves and goes beyond mask because she really has a gift. I'm just gonna speak it
Oh
because that's what
wow.
I do. But it's a whole nother audience. Even with my music, I had set my music down, and I remember Rev Rob told me, he said, it's people that haven't even heard your music yet. So why would you even think that this is an old project? It's people that haven't even heard it yet. So guess what? I've relaunched that music. You get what I'm saying? So we have to understand that our gift, our prosperity, our breakthrough is all in. It's all in our gift. It's all in it. For real, for real.
I believe that when we learn to walk, that's a whole nother.
Girl,
So
a
when
whole
we
nother
learn to
show.
walk in our purpose, like you said, that has been one of my things is God has revealed into me. We so often we strive for everything. Most people run from who they are. Most people run from their purpose because
Right.
Yeah.
that's not what they want to do, but that's what you was designed to do.
To do.
Designed.
I
Hmm.
Girl,
mean,
stay right
most
there.
people,
Designed.
most people I mean, I think it's so funny. We will work these jobs that we hate, getting up to go to because they're sucking the life out of us. They not even paying us a dime. You slaving and you getting 10 cents. Come on,
Come on.
I'm like. So when you realize what your purpose, and God had kept putting him in, He said your purpose, your
Gift.
gift will make room for you. And I was like, I didn't quite understand that at first. Like, I have put business inside of you, I've put these things inside you, yet you
Come
keep
on.
going to somebody that want to offer you $10 an hour to do something that's worth $50 an hour, but yet you won't go. And it begins to suck because then a lot of people don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
Why they don't feel fulfilled? Because you're not living in what you were designed to
Your
do.
purpose.
God
Come
made
on.
you for a purpose. He gave you instruction.
Wow.
Everything that you are designed to do, God had already put it inside of you. We just gotta find that thing we have to tap into. And I want to tell Keisha about when you see your children, you see they gift, nurture it. Because a
Yeah.
Nurture.
lot of
Yeah.
times what
And
happens
Keisha do, oh,
you
Girl,
nurture it, nurture her, surround her with that, and then as she evolve into who God created her to be, because she's gonna naturally do what's in her, because that's what fulfills her. That's what gives her a sense of happiness. That gives her a sense of tranquility, because that's what she's designed to do.
to
And a
I've
lot
do.
of
been.
times, I think we as people, when our parents didn't recognize our gifts at a young age, we find ourselves in our adulthood trying to figure that out because we didn't get it recognized at a young age. It wasn't nurtured at a young
Yeah.
age. So I always
Yeah.
tell people, and when they see their children, watch them, watch the gift. What is it that they
Yeah.
like to
What
do?
is
You
it?
can
Yeah.
see it. You can see what it is that they're wanting to do if you pay attention. And then you're like, okay, she like to do this. She love to do this. Let me nurture her. Let me explore her to these things because I see that's where she's going. And your
Yeah.
job as a parent is to direct them along that path. And then they'll nurture the gift. And then eventually they'll become what it is that God has designed them
God has
to be.
designed.
Like
That's
I said,
right.
we run from who we, like I said, that's a, I'm
But
really
we done went into
passionate.
another show. Yeah, we got to get into this next segment. Okay. Tammy Lily, she's still on. I'm trying to but her video is out. But we're getting ready. And Keisha, I just want to throw you mad props because you are doing your thing with your daughter. My God, I'm so inspired. All right, Tammy, what's going on, baby? It's time to talk about this book. It's time. So, what you want to talk about? Let's get into it. Unmute yourself.
Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing?
We're doing
I
fine. We didn't see nothing.
I'm at home. I'm not in my office like I'm normally at. I had some circumstances that I had to bring everything home. My grandson is self quarantine, so I had to bring everything home and put him there since I got more
Yeah.
people with me. So we had to be in a bigger space.
Okay.
But anyways, it's a whole lot of stuff going on. Watch your foot.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, basically, what I'm doing right now, I have two projects going on. I have a solo project as well as I have a project that I am co-authoring on. I've just embarked in this journey of being a author. The purpose initially was to solidify my business and take my business to the next level. But I've actually found myself off into other things as well. I'm going to tell you about my solo project firstly. Most people want to know about taxes. A lot of times, this is not a season that people think about taxes, but when that season comes, a lot of people think about taxes, especially business owners.
Uh-huh.
And I came up with the particular title. The name of the book is Why Your Refund is So Low. And
Mhm.
I came up with a particular title because this is something that I was hearing constantly from business owners, people that was traveling from, transitioning from working a 9 to 5 to working a business, and they come in and they're may not be making they may be making less money, and so in their mentality that they think the less money I make, the more my earned income credit goes up because it's a low income. But they come in and they first and foremost they come in with, well, I'm like, well, what's your income, what's your expenses, and
Right.
they're thinking, oh, I think I made this amount, I think I spent this amount on this and this and that and that and other. And so the technical term of what you're supposed to come in with is a profit and loss statement. So basically, you need to know if you made a profit or if you made a loss. And the only way you can determine that is by simply having all your expenses lined up, have them categorized, as well as having your income, the type of money that you had coming in. So you want to know what you had going out, what you had coming in. If you have more money going out, they come in, of course, you're taking a loss. If you have more money coming in, they're going out, then you're taking a profit. So I have people, they sit in front of me and they give me all this stuff, and at the end of it, their refund has totally changed. They're not getting as much as they was getting initially, and that key, that statement that just rung a bell to me when I decided to write this book is why your refund is so low. They asked me, why is my refund so low? I made less money, so my refund shouldn't be more. I normally get this amount of money. I hear it all the time. And so I decided to write this book to help my fellow business owners out, especially ones that's in the very beginning of their entrepreneurship, to explain to them what they need to do and ensure that they get the best return possible. So
Right.
that's what that particular book was birthed from. And like I said, initially I was doing it to solidify my business further, to take my business to the next level, because people like authors, whether they read your book or not. If they hear that you're an author, they automatically think, oh, she's an expert in that particular area. And I like to think that I am an expert, but I need to everybody else know I'm an expert. I've been in this industry for 20 years. So I know a lot. You know, you just can't be in this
So
industry long enough and not be knowing these things. Yes, ma'am.
so let's if I wanted for people to know at least 3 tips from your book,
Okay.
just take a moment and give us three. Three of the top tips that you may have from your book.
Record keeping. That's the number one thing. Record keeping, record keeping, record keeping, keeping your records.
Okay.
Another topic is your foundation, how you structured your business. That makes $1 million difference in things that you can claim and things that you can't claim. Let's
Okay.
see what the next thing is communication. You got to have communication in business, whether you're communicating with your customers, your clients,
Hmm.
or you communicate with one another. Communication is key. In order to have anything, you have to have a solid foundation, a solid communication line, and you have to have record keeping. That will be my 3 things that I would tell. There's a lot more to it, but those will be the key factors in survival of business for me.
Now, a lady suggested that in in another video I was watching, she was talking about taxes and everything. She said one of the main ways that she keeps up, that she tells her clients that are very busy, to keep up with, is receipts. Receipts from the gas station, receipts from when you go out to lunch. Okay. Um, could you talk about how important that is? To keep up with, like you said, record keeping, but people think that's just getting a book out saying this, this, and this. But what about those other expenses, travel, all this kind of stuff?
Definitely, you want to have receipts, because when it comes down to filing your taxes, and if the IRS ever question anything, you got to have a paper trail. But you have to take receipts a little bit further, because as we know, some may not know, when you have receipts after a certain amount of time, especially in the type of receipts that they print out now, the oil on your hands takes away from the ink. So
Oh,
I tell people, take it a little further, take a picture of that receipt. or scan that receipt, put it on your computer, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it, not necessarily put it in a box, but put it in a Ziploc bag. That way it's not being bought, it's not being taken, it's not, the
Yeah,
elements are
damn
not
it.
on it.
Yeah,
You keep
yeah.
the
Oh,
integrity of the receipt. So definitely receipts are imperative because you want to have a paper trail, because if you've been in business for a few years, the IRS is not going to want to hear that you only have a few you don't have no receipts, because how do they know? Anytime you're dealing with any type of government entity, you have to have a paper trail. That's that well, people say, well, the government is red tape. That's the red tape. It's on receipts, is that
yeah.
paper trail showing that I actually spend something. And then too, the receipts give you an itemization of what you actually spend. I can go to the store and say I spent $50, but what did I spend $50 on? Can I prove
Oh,
that it was business related?
right, right.
Yep.
Exactly. See, that's the information I wanted to. Yes. See, I like to pull the information out of you. That's right.
Yes,
That's right. So keeping records, right?
ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Paper trail. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure your receipts are not smeared and jacked all up. Stop picking your receipts up out the floor of the car. You understand me?
Yep.
Look under the seat. Get the receipt for. Look, I know I had. Check. Lift the mat
Yep.
up.
Yep. You know,
Because
you
you know
can
that's
go to
what we
the
do.
dollar store. You can go to the dollar store and it's a little envelope, plastic envelope,
Uh-huh.
and it has slots in it. And you can actually put your receipts in there, and
Oh,
that way it takes time out when you're categorizing a receipt. Because my thing is, if you come in my office with receipts, I'm happy you got receipts. I'm happy you got a paper trail, but I'm going to have to charge you a bookkeeping fee if I have to go through all your receipts. You're not going to come in with a big bag of receipts and think I'm supposed to go through it, because that's additional charge, because that's my time, of course. You're coming in to get your taxes prepared. You're not coming in for bookkeeping. If you want
yeah.
bookkeeping, you need to hire in a bookkeeper or be your own bookkeeper. You can't be your own bookkeeper, but again, that's a
So
whole nother
organize
title in
them.
itself.
Organize them receipts.
Mm-hmm. Because they have to
Don't
be
come in.
categorized. You can't just no,
So
you just
those of
can't put
you,
on you. I'm sorry.
those of you that are watching, that's saying, man, I know what my receipts at, and you digging at the bottom of your purse and you just throw it in a box and it's crumbled up. Will you get to
Mm-hmm.
Tammy Lily? You gonna get an extra charge for that.
No.
You understand me? Don't be
Yeah, you
walking
are,
up in
because
there
that's
mad at
time. That
her
takes time.
because you decided to give her the receipt that got Dr. Pepper all over it. You understand me?
Yeah.
Just trying to tell you, you
And
got
they
your
have to be
gum balled up in it.
categorized.
Stop it. Categorized. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because when you're reporting your income, I mean, your expenses, it has to be a specific category that it goes in. You cannot
Okay.
just throw on there that I spent, $20,000 on things, on miscellaneous things. That is the perfect way to get yourself or get your return assessed, is going on there putting all the miscellaneous expenses. And I seen people. I had a client that did that, and she even brought me a statement, and on her statement it had a large amount of miscellaneous expenses, and I basically told them, you can't put that in there like that, because that causes a problem with your return, a long-term problem. Yeah, it'll go through, it'll be approved, and you may even get your refund or what have you. But when the IRS goes back and look over the returns, because trust, the IRS do, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, because they got 10 years statute of limitation to assess the return and to actually determine that you owe something. When you get that letter in the mail, you're saying the IRS is looking at your return, because that is how they contact you. Little side note, they don't call you, they letter you, and their letters have a very specific layout.
Now, let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
This summer, and people ain't got no business at a water park. They went to a water park, took the whole family. They come into your office with a receipt from Schlitterbahn. Now, help people understand that that's not a business trip. Go ahead.
It's entertainment. No, if you go with your family is not your employees. You can't justify a slit of on. trip. There's no way in the world. I mean, if you twist and turn it
Oh
a little bit,
God.
okay, you probably could look put a pinch or something. Well, I took my employees to Slitter Bond, so this was an entertainment type of thing. But
No, no,
no,
not entertainment. It was team building, a team building experience. I took
Team
my
I
employees
wouldn't try
to
it.
split a bun because it was team building.
It was team building.
I wouldn't try it.
Oh
No,
God. Oh
that's
no.
to
See,
go
They
to
they
the.
do it all the
hey,
time.
hey, Timmy, they took that out of love and hip hop when it was on love and hip hop. They be taking them business trips. We're gonna take a
Well, they
trip.
would take us to Top Golf, like the last place I worked, and it was a team building, experience or whatever.
No, but
So
Because
but
the
I
employees.
understand. I understand what you talking about. But I'm talking about if I load up my kids and say, "Hey, y'all, let's go down here to
Mm-mm.
Galveston," and then I bring all the receipts back on whatever I did, talking about this was a business trip.
I mean, if you're a big time corporation, okay, but not as a small business. You can't work it. I get it a little
So
bit.
so what we did was because I worked, I have a bookkeeping background, and we have to list the people that attended the event because therefore I work for a
yeah,
school. Therefore, school is considered as a nonprofit organization, and it's based on taxpayers' money. So when we audit it,
Yeah.
we have to do the whole 9 yards as to when I say when she said I thought I was organized until I became a bookkeeper, and I was like, baby, that's a whole new another level of organization.
Yeah, it
And I
is.
was like, uh, so I had to redirect my mind on how to organize these items. And like you
yeah,
said, we have who's that? Ron Clark. That that's $400 a person. You have
Yeah.
to you have to put on there, you have to receive the receipt, you have to receive the confirmation, you have to record every single item because they have to turn this money into or turn their records into the state, and all of this stuff
right,
has to
Yeah.
be in alignment. And if you're not, they come decide, bam, random audit, your books have to be together. And
Yeah.
back
wow,
to those receipts things, I always tell people to tape your receipts down and make a copy because
Yeah,
it'll keep it where it won't, like she was saying, the ink will eventually fade away. So I always tell people to tape your receipts down and make a copy. I always make books because
yeah,
I'm just
Yeah.
not a file. I don't like, me personally, I just don't like file cabinets. It's too big
yeah.
and bulky. But
Yeah, speaking of file cabinets, I got two I need to go and get. I can't stand them. I thought I needed them, but baby, they just for what?
they just too big and they just too much, too many
They're
to
too
wear. I'm like, give me them little things I can roll it. I don't even know what they call them, little file. They bunch together. Look, I roll them up. I got the ABCD, and I can throw it in the closet somewhere instead
They
of a
keep it
big old
moving.
file cabinet. But yeah, it's the record keeping is
Very
it has
tedious.
to be A1. It has to be on point. That way, if you randomly audit it, because you just
Jesus.
never know. They may decide, hey, we
Now,
want to audit you. You need to have all your books together. You need to have all your recordings, your records, everything together. Like I said, I learned a lot of that become when I was a bookkeeper. But
so Tammy, have you had to go in and assist somebody with an audit?
That is not my area. That
Okay.
is not my particular area, but I do outsource that. I do have somebody that can help with that area because I mean
Awesome.
that's a horse of a different color.
Okay, y'all make sure that y'all are dropping information in the lives in the comment section so people can get the information that's being shared right now. We have about 8 minutes left in the
I
show.
want just
Tammy,
real quick.
please tell us about. Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say,
Can
go
I do one
ahead.
more thing? I
Yeah,
have
and
this T-shirt.
oh Lord.
It says
Okay.
"Black women are dope." Period. I was trying to find who I got it from because I've done several purchases. So I will drop it in there later. So whoever wants a shirt, this is a shirt. Now this particular shirt is not a screen print. It's not vinyl. It is actually ink inside the fiber. um, in the fabric, excuse me, inside the fabric. So this is one of those shirts that I purchased because I like to shirt purchase people's stuff and show it off because I'm a big advocate of support begins support. So if you support other people, the support is going to come back to you. So this I want to put this shirt on and show everybody black women are dope. Period. So if you want to wear your black women are dope. Period. Make sure you get with me, and I will get that information over to you as well. I'm gonna put it in off into the comment section. So you can be to reach out to the young
Awesome.
lady.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. So let's go ahead and get ready to sign off. Go ahead, Rita. Start us off with a sign off tonight. I mean, this evening, this morning. I'm so confused. I do 100 shows this morning. My God.
Yes, thank you for joining us in today. We here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. I think we spoke about self-love earlier. So learn to and accept love for who you are, who God created you to be. And also, if you're an entrepreneur, make sure you have those books together. The record keeping is number one. Hire your bookkeeper or do it yourself. So, y'all
But
have a
hey,
blessed
but if you that one that throw them receipts in the flow of the car, get a bookkeeper. Don't try it.
day.
Yes,
Tell them
ma'am.
I'm available to be a bookkeeper.
Rita, get with
Look,
Rita.
I will organize you.
All right, go ahead and sign off for us, Keisha.
Okay, this is Keisha Roberson signing off for Sisters United. Join us every Wednesday, 10 a.m. on our Sisters United talk show page. And Queenie, tell them where they can get one of these.
All right, you can get it at shop.spreadshirt. Matter of fact, just go ahead and inbox me, say I want one. And guess what? We're gonna get you one. How about that? We're gonna get you one. Now, did we give the bag away? Or do we need to do it right now? Well, we need to give the bag away. Did we
I
give it
need to
away?
take a look to see because the last time I checked, nobody answered the question.
Yeah,
Nobody answered the question. Well, we need to give the bag away. We have 4 viewers on here.
I have it
And
right here.
okay, for the viewers that are on, okay, I need for you to tell us. This is so you can win the bag. Oh, look at it. For you to
so
win the Sisters United bag, you need to answer this question. What was the second thing that Miss Tammy Lily said that's a good tip for your taxes? What's the second thing she said? That means you got to watch this. We ain't telling you. What is the second thing she said? You want to win this bag? We're going to post it also in the Sisters United group because we want you to have this bag. And next week, we're going to have another giveaway. Because let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be pressing up, printing up, whatever I got to do. I just got a silk screen machine. I got a heat press, about to get a cup press. It's about to go down. Do you
Oh,
understand?
wow.
And we're about to get this thing on the road. Listen, let me tell y'all a brief little testimony before I sign off. Listen, I was praying for a printer. I said, Lord, I need a printer. I need a desktop at home. Somebody called my husband yesterday and say, hey, the Lord told me to give you this computer. Went over there. He gave me an industrial size HP computer. Gave me a fully loaded. Do you understand what I'm saying? HP computer. I'm trying to help y'all. Then the guy showed up. I needed to do. I'm finna start doing outside concerts in my backyard because my backyard is huge. This guy called and said, I got 2 big speakers for you. PV speakers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Boom.
Oh, Phoebe, that's a good
He
brand. That's a good
yes,
speaker.
he dropped them off. I'm trying to tell y'all what God will do. Then boom, somebody else called and said, "Hey, I got these tables. I need to drop these. I need these. Do you want them?" My husband ran over there. But listen, tables. Boom. I'm telling you what God will do if you keep yourself focused on what He told you to do. And what you say, Rita, that perfect design. This is what He designed you for. Now, I saved our special interview for last. Go ahead, Tammy. Tell us where to find the book. Tell us how to get the book. And boom, we're going to sign off.
All righty. Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
We got a winner. Wait, Tammy, wait. I'm putting, wait, look at the screen. Look at the screen. So we got
Really?
Sherry Banks Ellis.
Hey,
Sherry
Miss
Banks.
Sherry.
She won the. Is that your second tip right there? Go ahead, Miss Lily.
Foundation.
Yes, ma'am. I did talked about foundation. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's get her information,
I'll
uh,
get it.
Keisha, and we're
Yes.
gonna look, and she gonna secure the bag. That's
You
it.
gonna secure that bag? All right, Miss Sherry.
She gonna
I'll be sending
secure.
that bag out to you, so I'll be contacting you. I'm gonna look you up, so send you a friend request. So make sure you accept it, so you can get your bag.
That's right. And guess what? Just because you were speedy with that answer, I'm gonna have Keisha to come by and pick up some a jive turkey mask to throw in with you. All right, from my little line.
All right,
All
all
right,
right.
all right. Okay, so let's Tammy Lily, we want
Yes,
to
ma'am.
just say we appreciate you. We appreciate all the text advice that you gave today. We look forward. I'm going to develop. This is what God dropped in my spirit. We're going to develop a time where we can do text talk with Tammy. Boom on Sisters United. All
Okay.
right, all right. We love you all. It's been a fantastic, fantabulous show, but we gotta go.
All
Peace.
right. Peace.
La da 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 da.